Welcome. I am so excited to get to know a little bit more of another one of our Women to Watch honorees, Sara Tendler. Sara, welcome. We're excited to learn a little bit about you. So you're at Graber and Associates, right? What's your role there, Sara?
So I am team lead and operations manager
Okay,
here.
awesome. So, Sara, as a team lead and an operations manager, you're obviously already well accomplished in your career, but what would you say maybe would be something that you're, most proud of thus far in your career?
I would really have to say one of the most proudest impacts I've had in my career is really helping businesses. We primarily work with businesses, but really helping them really understand their financials and using that knowledge to grow strategically. So we go beyond just building a world of compliance,
Mm,
but we really help the clients connect their finances to meet to meet their goals. So
right.
they make decisions based off of data, and then obviously implement tax strategy wherever we can. Seeing those businesses thrive and knowing that I played an integral role in that is really something that I look back at, and that's incredibly rewarding.
Yeah.
Um, so I would say that would be in for my external clients, but I do in the role that I now have with my internal clients, which are, as being a team lead, is
Yeah.
really working with our workflow, improving the communication, and creating an environment where my team members and our team feel supported and empowered to deliver their best work. And seeing them thrive as like, you know, not me being their mom, but almost like me being their mom. I'm like so proud of it.
Yeah, no, awesome. And
Yeah,
even with as you talk like your external and internal, I love that looking at those two roles. And what you're doing is different, right? But it's also the same. Like you're helping them thrive. And so getting satisfaction and you sharing how that your greatest accomplishments or what you're proud of in your career is helping other people thrive, whether that's a client or whether that's like an internal person or optimizing a system or something like that.
sure.
Um, that's awesome.
What
It's
I've
really about
realized
helping.
in this trajectory, which I would want to say is short, but I mean, it's been almost a decade, is really a lot of the character traits and a lot of the pieces, whether you're working with clients or, you know, your external clients or your
Mm,
internal clients are really all the same, right?
right.
Relationship is relationship, no matter what's based off of it. Empowering people, empowering businesses, they really come hand in hand. And it's really been an incredible journey. It really has been. And I would say I'm very passionate on empowering others and watching them grow.
I'm wondering, because you're so passionate about that, if that means that perhaps you had someone do that for you. So is there like a significant mentor, or maybe it's just like a group of people that inspired you along the way?
So I would have to say I've probably had multiple role models and mentors along the way, whether they were within the CPA professional
Mm,
world or just in another capacity, but they were like really somebody that stuck out to me. I would say specifically within our profession, I would really have to give that to Steve Graber at Graber and Associates. I really started with him as an intern,
oh, wow.
and to be where I am as the team lead, um, it's incredible. He really showed me how to bridge and group all of that, the technical excellence with the care for clients and team members.
Mm,
So knowing that and watching him lead has been very empowering. It's taught me a lot. Um, Watching other people lead, again, not necessarily in our profession, but just leadership roles in general. Um, as leaders, we don't have to have all the answers. That's not what we're here for. It's really about making sure that we're asking the right questions, that we're empowering others, and that we're really leading with integrity. And I think that um, that's what almost like leads into a good leader and a strong leader. And that's things that like I've seen along the way.
that's awesome. So you just gave like a great definition of leadership, but I'm wondering, I'm asking everybody to also like just complete the sentence. Like being a leader means what? And so for you, Sarah, if you had to like have that short, tweet of what being
Okay.
a leader is, what would you say that would be for you?
Okay. I would say being a leader for me is creating an environment where people feel supported, challenged, and motivated to do their best work, while having a clear vision and passion toward the destination or goal.
Okay.
And so bridging those two pieces together, I think that that's what a leader is.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you mentioned you've been in the profession about a decade, right?
Yeah.
And gosh, in the last decade, last 5 years, last year, the profession continues to change
Yes.
so much every day, right? It is, you never get bored in accounting, that's for sure,
No.
right? What advice would you give to a young person that's like considering a career in accounting now that, you've have a decade under your belt and you've seen some of how the profession has evolved? What advice would you give?
My advice would be um, that how about this? What I've seen is that this profession is moving away from strictly compliance based to there's a lot of strategic advisory roles. So, and that's due to a lot of technology that's out there that's, sort of removed the need for data entry or routine processes. So that goes for businesses, that goes for individuals as well. And the people that are out there, the clients that are out there, are really looking more towards the communication, the relationship,
Mm.
and that strategic advice. So definitely, if I was talking to someone younger, you need to conquer and you need to excel at those fundamental pieces. But what's almost just as important is the communication and are those soft skills? Because I think that
Absolutely.
that's really what people are looking for.
Yeah, I just got to spend this week a whole day with some accounting students and was telling them the same thing, right? Um, those technical skills are like table stakes. Like you can't be in the profession without those. But
Right.
like where the profession is growing and going, and the ones that are going to be really the leaders are the ones that are able to really hone in on those soft skills. It's
Yeah,
about
and I think that
communication.
both of them are so important because it was very interesting. I had a meeting the other week with someone who their soft skills were excellent. They could carry a conversation. They were a great orator, all of those pieces. And the clients, all of our clients, no matter who they are, there's a lot of trust that goes on. Um, Steve Gerber, I remember him saying this. He's like, there's two professions that carry tissues on their desks, therapists and accountants, because that's where people are the most vulnerable, right? Or with their feelings or with their money. So we carry a lot of trust for our clients. But what was interesting though is that even though this person was able to express everything and carry that emotional side, the soft skills of it, there was a lot of pieces missing within the
Mm.
fundamental accounting. So I don't want to negate that part of it. I just think that now, not our job is getting harder, almost like it's getting more rewarding, but there are more pieces that we need to be able to do.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It's
Yeah.
not getting harder, it's getting more rewarding. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and that kind of actually dives next into the other question was, as we've seen the profession change, we've had to combat some of the stereotypes that we hear of when people think of accounting and our profession, and we've really kind of dug into as MACPA into telling more about the purpose and the impact of the work that we do and that rewarding aspect. And so for you, Sarah, what would you say like is your purpose or your why, the rewarding part for you of being part of this profession?
I would say my purpose and my why is to really empower those business owners to have confidence in their financial decisions so that their businesses can grow, they could continue to meet their goals and make a difference.
Yeah, you get to help other people meet their goals, which
Yeah.
is fantastic. And one of the things I love about this profession, because you get to meet all different kinds of people that have all different kinds of goals, but you get to be a part of that story.
Yeah, yeah. And everyone's goal is going to be different. You know, we talk about this. I mean, I've worked also with nonprofits, right? So not everyone's goal is let's just make the most money and let's have a great party, right? But when they have the financial backing behind what they're doing, then they have the confidence. They, again, going back to what I had first said, they make data-driven decisions, um, and there's real results.
Absolutely. And that impacts our communities, impacts our society, right? Like we get to be a piece in that puzzle.
Yeah.
Well, the last question is kind of a bonus one. MACPA, next year in 2026, we're celebrating our 125th anniversary. So it's
Wow.
actually the 120th fifth anniversary of the CPA profession in Maryland. The license became the third state to have a CPA license in 1901. And so, what does it mean to you to be part of a profession, to be part of a community, like the MACPA, like the CPA profession?
So being part of a professional community means having that network of people who share like a common the challenges, the values, and the vision for the profession. It's a place where we could learn from each other, collaborate, and contribute something bigger than just to myself.
Right. Yeah. We get to be part of something bigger, whether that's with our clients or with helping our colleagues,
You
internal,
got it.
external clients, or the community as well. So
Yeah.
awesome, Sarah. It was so nice to meet you and get to learn a little bit more about you, and what drives you and what has made you a fantastic leader that we're excited to honor. But I look forward to meeting you in person on September
As
17th at our
well.
Women to Watch Awards.
I'm excited as well. Thank you so much.